This was a big win for the Knicks over the Denver Nuggets. And Jalen Brunson's a big part of this. Like, I love that his first bucket, he missed. Then they got the rebound, they passed the bat to him, he hit it. And you could just tell the energy he brings. Like the press conference, he's next to his best friend, Josh Hart. All right. And he's out here shaking and baking. Like Aaron Gordon's guarding him. And he's doing those little pivot steps, up and under basically, and getting it inside. And it's not even that. It's just fun watching him just attack. And I think Jalen Brunson's confidence and floor spacing ability and creation is huge. He's a guy who literally in the opening quarter just kind of like took off and they couldn't solve him. Contavious Caldwell Pope was guarding him, Aaron Gordon, and it's just the dog, the attack is something that's awesome. And I know there's limitations defensively, but he's not as bad as people say defensively. Okay, he tries, and I just it's fun watching him and watching this game, just seeing the expertise, the ability he has getting to the basket and getting to his spots. All right, grabbing a rebound and starting the fast break and being able to either attack the rim and score and drawing an and one or kicking it out to the open 3-point shot in the corner. Now, Jalen Brunson, I think is a feel good moment out there, making some big plays. All right, and the Knicks clearly needed their point guard as they got past them, the Denver Nuggets. Brunson, sore left foot, but it didn't matter. He had 16 points in the first quarter, baby. And I think there was little to no rust. And it was a good game where they won 116 110. And, Brunson had missed 5 of the last 6 games and had made it through only half the one game he did play when he thought he was ready. And with them back, the team has improved to 42-30, guaranteed their second winning record in the last 10 seasons. And the Western Conference leaders, the Denver Nuggets, are seem to be like title contenders, but the Denver Nuggets are out here looking like a dog. I mean, fans were chanting MVP when Brunson was shooting his last free throws. And I think it's just such an incredible moment to see this all go down because this is definitely a team that they're feeding off the energy of Brunson, and he just opens everything up for this team. Like, he's very impactful. And as Knicks fans, what do you guys think Jalen Brunson does that doesn't get the recognition that you think maybe he deserves? I just think for a guy like our man Jalen Brunson, I think Josh Hart, Quentin Grimes, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle's the biggest benefactor because Julius Randle plays way more efficient because he doesn't have to be the primary facilitator. So, or not primary facilitator, primary, like have the highest usage rate arguably on the team. I think a lower usage rate is good for our man Julius Randle, and that's credit. He just plays way more efficient basketball when he doesn't have to be the guy always with the ball in his hand per se. So that's definitely where I want to hear your guys' thought on that one. If that's just me or if you guys agree with that, because I definitely think he's a guy, Jalen Brunson, that he just, again, even though he's not an elite defender or anything, he's a guy who just opens up the floor for everybody in the offense. Because with a Tom Thibodeau team, you're gonna have good, basically D is that's expected, hopefully. But what you're wanting is a guy to play that offensive role, though. I mean, that one season when they were good, I believe, what was it, Derrick Rose was there, and he was part of the reason. That was like the one season Derrick Rose was good for them. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was like 2 years ago. Maybe I'm misremembering, but they had, creation. So they weren't reliant on just Julius Randle. So I think that's a big factor of that. And I don't know. I think people need to just give this team their flowers. I feel like they aren't getting their flowers like they rightfully deserve. So let me hear your guys' thoughts. Am I stupid for thinking this, or are you guys in agreement with me that Jalen Brunson is a huge point, piece of this team? All right. I think if you say that they're better without Brunson and that he was overpaid, nah. I don't know how long their window is. I think they're one guy away. Like if they could get Mikal Bridges, like I feel like Mikal Bridges, if they had Mikal Bridges, if they traded RJ Barrett and every pick for Mikal Bridges or some shit like that, I don't know why, but I feel like this team, then I would let it go, be like, hey, they're contenders. All right. I I full heartedly believe that if they had him, they would be they would be contenders. I don't know why. In my mind, that sounds about right. So that's where I want to leave you guys with that thought. Like, comment, subscribe.